Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel Glopen. We're now at the peak of Shanghai. This is the highest mountain in China. Damn! Well, I'm not kidding. Even though this is only 48 meters high, this is the highest artificial mountain in China. So here we are at the Twin Mountains. So this mountain was built over the last 4 years, costing over 2.1 billion RMB. It's a pretty new destination in Shanghai, but you can see here there's a lot of tourists around already. And here you need to have a reservation to come in, even though it is entirely for free. But make sure you have your reservation. So let's have a look around. So as you can see here, this mountain is pretty flat. It's not like the other mountains that you need to go upstairs and really spend a lot of effort. Here it's really relaxing. And one of the reasons is because actually beneath us is a parking slot. It's a huge parking space for over 1,000 vehicles. And that is also one of the reasons why this mountain was pretty difficult to build. So we are now really starting to hike. As you can see here, there are some stairs. And it's pretty similar to the natural mountains that we see in other places in China. You've got the water, you've got the trees, you also hear some birds singing around you. So it's pretty natural, I would say, even though this is an artificial mountain that was built on nothing in the past. So even though it's not a very high mountain, you still can borrow these for your trip up to the hill.
A few minutes later.
So guess how long we spent to climb to this observation deck? Only 10 minutes. But from here, it is the best and only natural viewing point for the whole of Shanghai. From here, you can have a really good bird's eye view of the whole city. On my right-hand side, you can see the Shanghai greenhouse. Around it, there are plenty different parks that you can spend your weekend with your family. And also you have a pretty amazing view of the skyline of Shanghai. On the right-hand side, you can see the CBD area of Shanghai. So why did they build this mountain in the city center of Shanghai? Actually, in the past, this was a steel factory and there was a pile of coal that was stored here. So at that time, the local people considered there is a mountain in this area. So when they were thinking about what to build here, they come up with this idea to build a mountain. And now it is the highest natural viewing point of the city. Although the Twin Mountains are only 48 meters high, it was really difficult to construct. The land in Shanghai is soft soil, just like a piece of soft tofu, which makes mountain construction extremely difficult. Engineers racked their brains for this and finally adopted the innovative PEC composite structure to create a solid foundation for the Twin Mountains. Greening is another difficult problem. To make the Twin Mountains full of vitality, a large number of trees need to be planted. However, due to the special mountain structure, planting trees on it is as difficult as planting flowers on a steep cliff. Therefore, engineers poured many structural bins on the mountain surface to solidify the soil. These structural bins are like small flower pots, carefully protecting the trees. At the same time, multiple waterproof measures are laid on the surface structure, and the copper-plated base anti-puncture waterproof coiled material with excellent root resistance effect is adapted, as if putting on a solid waterproof coat for the mountain. After countless days and nights of efforts, engineers overcame one seemingly impossible problem after another. Finally, the Twin Mountains stand miraculously in the Shanghai Expo Culture Park, like a miracle, becoming a magical landscape in people's eyes, and bringing endless surprises and joys to everyone. So that was a very interesting walk. We spent less than an hour climbing up to the hill and then coming down. There was a very interesting Asian Chinese story about a full man that removed the mountain in front of their whole village. right? Even though when a lot of people were questioning him, he said, even I won't be able to accomplish or complete it. My next generation, the next generation, they will be able to finish that. And I think that story is very similar to the Twin Mountain here. Even though we spent over 4 years, 2.1 billion RMB to build this magnificent artificial mountain, it will bring a lot of joy to the families around us. It will become a natural viewing point for the whole city. And maybe in the future, after decades, it will become the iconic statue of the city. Let's wait and see.